Okay, so now we're on step-by-step 3.4. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to add in a row in between our header and this blank row right here. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to click on the number 3 so that this entire row is selected. That allows us to then go to the insert button and click once on the top half of the insert button. If you click on the bottom half, you're going to get more options. We actually want to choose the top half of that insert button, and it will automatically insert an entire row. So what has been our A3 all along is now our A4, and everything has moved down one spot. Okay, so we've inserted a row. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to now fill in some information in the cell above it. So let's look at cell B3, and here let's type in units sold. In the cell D3, okay, hang on a second guys, I am going to go back one step because I made a mistake. So in our B3 we are going to type in units sold. In C3 it'll be unit cost, and in D3 it is going to be billed. Okay, now let's select our entire B3 through D3, and we are going to apply a cell style 20% accent 3. Okay, so now if you click outside, you'll notice that it's got some color to it. Let's click on the column B, column heading. Okay, so we actually click on the letter B, and we have now selected the entire column, column B. That would be B1 all the way through the very end of the worksheet, which is B2,599,000 or whatever it is. Okay, so we've selected the entire column. Now let's go to insert, and we will insert again one column. Everything that is a B has now become a C. Okay, so apparently we just wanted to insert a column in there, and now we're going to delete that same column. So make sure you have B highlighted, and then let's hit the delete key, and column B goes away. So again, that was insert or delete. Next, let's click on row 4 heading, and the entire row is selected. In the cells group, let's click delete. Row 4 disappears, and the remaining rows actually shift up. On the quick access toolbar, which is at the very top ribbon on your screen, let's hit the undo button because we apparently made another mistake. So we can also redo that mistake that we made and undo it. So as you play with the redo and the undo, if you click redo twice and you want to undo it, you have to click it undo twice. So let's make sure that we now have our row 4 electricity kilowatts cost and monthly cost in place. Okay, next we're going to choose cell B18. Let's click on that and see what happens when we try to insert a row when we only have one cell selected instead of an entire row or a column. We've selected B18. Now let's go to insert again, except this time when we inserted, it pushed everything down. So let's hit the undo button now, and let's go back to the insert button and click the down arrow, and let's insert a cell. When we want to insert a cell here, it asks us, do we want to shift the cells to the right? Do we want to shift the cells down, or the entire row, or the entire column? So let's choose shift cells down, and that did the same thing again that we just did. That is the most common. It pushed 10 and 12 down until they are no longer in the correct place. Well, we obviously don't want to do that. So let's hit the delete button, and that is the same thing as undoing what we just did because we deleted out this cell. Okay? Okay, let's do this one more time. Instead of clicking on the insert button at the top, we're going to choose the insert with an arrow at the bottom, so we have options. We're going to insert cells, shift cells down, say OK. Then we say, oh, this is not correct. Let's delete. We'll choose the bottom half of our delete button. Let's delete cells. And it asks us, do we want to shift those cells to the left, shift the cells up, the entire row or the entire column? Let's choose shift cell. Say that 10 times in a row. Shift cells up. Say OK, and that puts it back in place and deletes out the cell that was inappropriately added in. Okay, that should be the end of the step-by-step. Let's save this and move on.